Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
What's up, everyone? Glad to see you all. Let's see who's in the chat. Say a special hi. Heather, Eric, Mark, Misty, Bonnie, Mark again. Eric, Mark again, Misty. Okay. Ida, Neva,
Selena.
okay. Selena. I just saw it.
Ashley.
Mike's Adventures. Ashley, yeah.
Wow, you got
Okay.
a full.
So, guys,
full chat room.
yeah, wow, thank you guys. So, guys, I want you to meet TIPA TV.
TIPA
They
TV.
are in
Whatever.
TIPA French accent, excuse me.
Yeah.
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui, monsieur. Okay, they're into the paranormal, and they also do some Randonautica. I can't say that word either.
Randonautica.
So, why did you call your channel TIPA TV? That's always my first question I ask everybody.
TIPA was actually the name of
TIPA.
our paranormal group. TIPA actually used to stand for Technical Investigations of Paranormal Activity.
Okay. So you've been in the paranormal field for how long?
Over 10 years. I don't know the exact number anymore, but
No, it's probably about 13, but
Mhm.
ish.
ish.
Ish. We'll say ish.
At least
For
10.
13.
We
Okay.
weren't actually started as a paranormal team. So the TIPA, the Technical Investigations, we were tech support for the local paranormal teams. So we do the surveillance cameras, audio recorders. We
Okay.
bring in a lot of the equipment to provide for the local teams that didn't have that to their availability. So we would come in and set it up for them, record everything, and then give them all the footage. That's how it started.
Okay. Okay. So, and what would they do with this footage? Would they put it on YouTube or on TV or?
Well, they'd review the footage. They'd look over it, see if there was any anomalies or anything that they felt like was captured on it. And if it was a residential case, then they would share it with the client that this was captured and this wasn't captured. And so sometimes they would put it on their YouTube channel if it was a public location. It just kind of helps support their investigation and their findings a little bit more.
Okay. And what made you want to start a YouTube channel?
Well, we've actually had quite a few YouTube channels through the years. There was a point in time where I actually did an online radio show, podcast, or whatever you want to call it. So we've had channels going, but none of them really took off. It was just a hobby, just have fun. But this channel we're doing now, TIPA TV, started as a whim. It was just an unthought idea. We were watching an episode of, I think it was Oh My Gosh.
I think so.
And he was doing a Randonautica, and he ended up at some playground. And we paused the video halfway through, downloaded the app, grabbed the camera, jumped in the car, and just we filmed an episode, uploaded it, and it took off. People started clicking it and watching it and interacting, and we're like, holy crap. So we decided we were going to start doing more of them. And the more we did, the bigger our family grew. And it's just kind of taken a life of its own ever since.
Okay, so you caught the wave of Randonaut.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just that there was a high interest in Randonautica, and we just happened to put up a couple of videos, catch a few people's attention,
Mhm.
but people stuck around even after they watched the episode once they saw the chemistry we have and how we are and how we interact with each other, and people fell in love with our personalities, so they stuck
Yes.
around since then. Love you.
Okay.
I love you too.
And you made like a challenge that if you, I think I heard that on one of your lives. I follow you, of course, you know. But
I'm so glad you brought this up.
you made a challenge. I don't know. You said if I get to that subscribers, I'll do this. What was that?
There was a couple of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh,
very
there was.
first one.
Okay.
The very first one we did, we were sitting at like 200 subs.
Yeah.
And we said that if we hit 500 by January 15th, we'd do a 3 a.m. challenge at this mill that we were at. And
Okay.
by the time January 15th hit, we were celebrating our 1,000 mark, 1,000
Yeah.
subscriber mark. We actually
We
doubled
doubled
it.
it.
We didn't even realize that it was
Mm-mm.
to the day either. Somebody actually
Someone had to point
that
it out to us.
Um, and
Oh yeah.
so we ended up doing the 3 a.m. Now there's other challenges going on. Some didn't hit their mark, so we didn't do it. But there is one that if we hit,
It's
what
my
was it?
favorite.
10,000, I think it was like 10,000 subs by May 1st, then I was going to go randonauting wearing a dress. And
Wow.
if we hit 50, was it
15?
15, then I'd be doing randonauting in a mini skirt, which I'm not seeing those numbers happening. So I'm feeling like I'm pretty okay not doing either.
You never know, though. You really never know.
That is true.
You
Yeah.
never know.
That is true.
What would you suggest I would do? I'm stuck at 400 and somewhat. Like we were talking, me and my exploring team there, that
Mhm.
we would spend a night at an abandoned house where a guy committed suicide and
Oh,
do
wow.
a stream there.
Mhm.
Yeah, that'd be a good
But
one.
we don't know which number we should choose. Like if I get 1,000 or
Well, see that's a weird thing
so.
about it. Us, I still call us pups.
Mhm.
As far as the YouTube channel
Yeah.
goes, I still consider us being the pups because we only started this channel December 20th, and we happened to get lucky and hit a couple popular videos that took off. That's really what made the difference. Is you gotta be able to hit those target audiences that will actually click on the button. And that's the problem. There's a lot of people out there that will watch YouTube channels all the time, but they never subscribe, they never click like, they never do anything.
Right.
Yeah, I saw that
So they'll give you the
many
watch
times.
hours. They'll give you the watch hours, but they won't give you the sub count. One of the biggest things that I've learned in my short amount of time doing this is that a lot of people are so stuck on the sub count, they're not paying attention to their watch hours.
Mhm.
So to get
Yeah.
monetized on YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subs, but you have to have 4,000 watch hours on your channel. And we've seen
Yeah.
people get insane amount of subs,
Oh,
but
yeah.
they're not getting any watch hours. So it's really a matter of figuring out a little bit of the science behind it. One of the things that was the hardest for us to accept was everything we thought we knew
We don't know
didn't
nothing.
work. Everything we didn't know that we just experimented with and tossed it out there, those were the ones that were working. So it's really a matter of finding out what your target audience is,
Mhm.
how long of videos your target audience likes to watch, and
Mhm.
engaging with them. If they comment on a video, respond to them. They want. A lot of people are a lot happier when they see a response coming from the content creator more than anybody
Mhm.
else.
We've had quite a few. They're like, "Holy cow, you responded!" It's like, yeah, we do. It's our channel.
Okay.
We should.
And can we answer Heather's question? She's been waiting patiently.
Yes, she has.
I have never heard of Randonautica. Can someone please explain this to me? I will do my best, but even I don't know the bulk about it. Is if you understand when Pokemon Go got popular with the phone app and it takes you out to different places to collect Pokemon, this is like the adult version of it where you download this app and then you come up with an intent like I want to see
something purple,
a purple location. And then you hit the button and it randomly pulls up a location for you and you go to that location. And in theory, whatever your intent was will be revealed at this location. Is that the best way to put it?
That's a good way to put it. And it can be anything.
Yeah. Whatever intent you want, like if you want to find gold or does it take like time to do a video like that? Like you have your intent, you get there, it's private property or there's absolutely nothing. Did you ever get any misfits like that?
We get a lot of those.
Yes.
And a lot of those don't make it on the channel.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of private properties where we don't go to private properties.
No.
No.
We don't jump fences. We don't, so we try to drive out to an area where it's just open. Where we if we pull up a point, it's out in the field somewhere or something like that. And sometimes what your intent was isn't exactly what you find, but if you look at it close enough, you'll see the answer of the intent. Kind of like the magic genie. You rub the lamp, you ask for something. You got to be careful what you ask for because it can twist it around on you. But if you're looking for history back in time, it could take you to a location where a big historical event happened.
Okay.
If you look for something like vehicles of the past, sometimes you'll come across an old fender of a car from the 1940s. It's random, but sometimes it'll be spot on.
Okay, so guys, if you have any questions, please put them in all caps so I can see them better. Okay, so you started as paranormal or the Randonautica? Why?
Well, our channel started off doing Randonautica videos.
Yeah. Okay.
The more we talked with our fam, the more interaction we got with the people that were following our channel, the more they started asking about the paranormal side. So then
knowing our history,
yeah,
they were asking more about that.
And so the more that they were asking about that and interested in that, the more we started doing some more paranormal videos because they were interested in it.
So we have a mixture of both.
Okay. Let me see if I have any questions. Okay, yeah, TIPA, are you feeling better?
Yes. We are breathing. Her lungs are going better.
Yes.
My nose is going better. We've had the bug the last couple of days, so a lot of our family has been worried about us.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm glad. Well, I offered last night if it was okay, but it was obvious. I saw it.
Well, you saw her response too when you said if you knew he was going.
Yes, I was. Wow.
No. We're on your show now.
We're pretty committed.
Oh, okay. So what's coming up on your channel?
Well,
do we have any surprises?
Well, we have a follow-up because we did a return to the tunnel. We have a follow-up to that.
Saw that.
Something that happened after we decided to leave the tunnel, but in May, I think, is our biggest announcement. We decided early on with our channel that we're going to travel across the country and visit with as many of our fam as possible, and visit with as many of the content creators that have become close friends to us as possible. And since our fam has been growing, so has the locations. And so in May, we're looking at the first part of May, we're actually going to be traveling across the country, hooking up with our fam, going and doing randonauting adventures, going and doing paranormal adventures, urban exploration videos, or just have a cup of coffee, whatever they want to do. We're going to be traveling the country, just hooking up with all of them and showing them how much we
Wow.
love and appreciate what they do for us.
Okay. I have a question.
Okay.
The heart and the owl and the toilet paper. We always see that on your live streams in the chat. What's that all about?
Our fam had an idea. They wanted to show the TIPA support whenever they were out doing that. We were out on somebody else's channel or on somebody else's show. And so they started putting a collage of different emojis together to represent, the love for the TIPA family. And so they threw some different ideas around, and they voted on it. And then the winning vote was the heart and the owl. So whenever you go into a chat and somebody drops the heart and the owl, it's the TIPA fam showing their love and support for that channel. And it just started blowing up. So whenever you go in somewhere and you see the heart and the owl, that's TIPA fam showing their love. And then the toilet paper kind of came in afterwards because we were on an episode of, I think it was the after party with Rooted Expeditions. And there's an ongoing joke about toilet paper. So we just started playing with toilet paper all the time.
He's running low.
I'm running low.
You're running low now.
So they just added the piece of toilet paper to the end of it. So now sometimes you'll see the heart and the owl. Sometimes you'll see the heart, the owl, and the toilet paper. So it's just our family showing love. Showing love and support is all it is.
Okay.
But it's
And
cool.
today you just finished a live stream on the Palooza channel.
Palooza?
I
Yeah.
think so, yeah.
Palooza, yeah.
Mhm.
Where that's like a marathon of live streamings, one every hour, all
Mhm.
creators. So how did you like that experience?
That was really cool. I mean, we really
neat.
didn't know what we were expecting. Rooted Expeditions actually reached out to us the other day saying, "Hey, I'm not going to be able to make it. Would you guys mind, filling in for me?" So we shot them a message and said, "Yeah, we'd love to be on your show." And they set us up a time. And
they had a good lineup. They really did. I enjoyed a lot of the creators we were watching.
Mm-hmm. And so
yesterday there was one too. Today and tomorrow also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we didn't really know what to expect. So we kind of watched one or two shows before ours and was like, oh, okay. So we got to figure out what to talk about for an hour. That's not very hard.
Okay, Rooted has a question.
Oh, okay.
What is the funniest Randonautica you have done? The funniest one.
Yes.
Adventure on that. So.
Yes. It was for me. I don't know if it was for you though.
I think it was actually our very first one. I don't think it actually made a video, but the very first time we went out, we were hitting a couple of different locations, and one of the locations, it was out by a pasture or something.
Mm-hmm.
And the point was down in
there's like a little gully, yeah,
and then on the other side. And so at first Marianne gets out and looks around a little bit, didn't see anything, got back in, and then
I didn't know what I was doing.
Then I decided to get out and kind of look around, and I kind of went down a little bit further, and I heard something moving, but I couldn't see it. And then I heard it moving faster, and I could tell it was something big.
It was huge.
And it was moving fast uphill. So I immediately was like, oh, I'm out. I ran back to the car and stood by the door, and I kept hearing this. And it sounded like it was charging us. Still couldn't see what it was, just saw this massive thing that was
just
black.
A cow.
And so I jumped in the car, and we never actually did see the cow. I think it was moving way too fast to be a cow, but she insists it was a cow, so we'll go with a cow. So I got scared by a cow.
Okay.
So I pretty much, so I mentioned that a lot, you know, a lot. I'll mention that. So if it ever comes up, oh, hey, look, there's your cow. That's where it came from.
Okay. It's like me, my channel, it's a turkey. So
Those turkeys
I
were cool, by
only-
the way, though.
yeah, they were big
They were.
and they were spooky.
Mhm.
Okay. So you're planning a trip this May
Mhm.
around the country.
Yep.
So how did you get to this idea of doing that?
Spur of the
with-
moment.
Well, that and interacting with our fam. I mean, our fam kept saying more and more. We kept hearing, man, I'd love to go out with
Yeah.
you guys. I'd love to go out with you guys.
Okay.
And at first we were
Okay.
like, well, we could start with people that are local and then kind of go from there. And the more we grew and the more feedback we got, the more people that just really, really wanted to hook up with us to go out on an adventure. And so we decided we're gonna do it in May, even if we're sleeping in our car, we're gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've been taking donations and things like that, saving up the money.
Okay.
So we could at least have enough money to put gas
For
in the
gas.
car.
Yep.
And we got a pretty good lineup so far.
Mhm.
The places we're heading.
It's gonna
Are
be
you
so cool.
still are you still accepting other channels? Like, do you have a list, or is your list full, or
No,
like if
we're
we
taking as many people as
Yeah.
we can.
Yeah, I've got everybody on a map so far. And it's private, so
Okay.
nobody can see it. It's just me. And
Selfish.
privacy. So I'm sticking everybody on a map, and then probably here shortly, within the next couple of weeks, I will kind of button it up as much as I can. So at least I know for sure we're locking down the route and how long it's going to take from here to here, and plan it out. But we're gonna be going we're hoping to go for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be a long.
We'll be on the road for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we're still taking names and locations and everything
Mhm.
else. So we're ready to do it.
I have Misty
Oh yeah, in the semi
here.
track.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of Misty's favorite was a Randonautica moment, was our Christmas one when we met the guy in the semi.
Yeah.
And so what we did one episode, it was right before or right after?
It was right before
Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
We put together these little jalapeno jam jars that Marianne made.
It's cowboy candy, okay?
It's good.
It's really good.
And so what we did is
Okay.
we hopped in the car and we pulled up the Randonautica, and our intent was to take us to places where we should give these gifts to people.
Yeah, so it was like reverse Randonautica.
Yeah, so we'd go to a location, the first person we saw, we'd give them a gift and just
Mhm.
Merry Christmas.
Oh,
And there happened to be
Okay.
one where we stopped at the gas station or something, and it was almost
Christmas Eve.
Christmas. It was Christmas
It was
Eve.
Christmas Eve.
And there was a guy sitting in a semi truck, just sitting there, away from his family by himself for Christmas Eve, and we were like, we gotta give him one.
Mm-hmm.
So we sent our
Wow.
daughter up to give him a gift, and he was dancing inside
Oh,
of
he
his
was
truck.
so
and
happy.
you could just see his gratitude was phenomenal. And
wow.
and yeah, that was a good moment.
So your channel, does it have like a schedule? Like on Mondays we do this, on Thursdays we do that, or
We are trying
We're doing
or
better.
it's random?
both. We are trying to have at least one premiere on Tuesday at 5 Mountain Standard Time, one on Friday at 5 Mountain Standard Time, and then we do a Sunday fam chat every Sunday at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Now we do throw a lot of lives in between those, or just whenever I get an idea or a wild hair, let's go live.
Okay.
And that
So-
happens.
Yeah.
And the fam live, you said? What's
Sunday
that?
fam chat.
Sunday fam chat. Okay.
Yeah, it's where we try to get members of our fam to come online with us, and we do exactly what we're doing right now with you, and we just hang out with the fam.
Okay.
We have an
Wow.
incredible group of people.
We really do.
Last week we had a gal on who is an author, and she sent us her book, which is Voodoo Bayou. Signed it for
Oh
us and
yeah,
everything.
I saw that book.
I mean, we've got a lot of really. There's other creators on there. There's artists, just really talented group of people, and just so giving. And so it's nice to give the spotlight back, because we can't have a channel without them. You know what I mean? It's.
And sometimes we oversay that. Sometimes we say it too much. But for us, we can never say it enough. I mean, we love the fan base we have. I mean, they worry about us. If they know we're going somewhere and we don't post an update, they worry about us. And we had to give our head mod our business number. So if they were that nervous or that worried about us, she could actually call us to make sure we're okay. And that actually happened the other night.
It did.
So
you kind of instigated that, though.
And yes, Michelle G will be on Hidden Existence right after this show. So we're going to be over there watching too.
Oh, we'll go see my friend Daniela. Okay. What else? Does anybody have a question for this?
Oh, I know they have all kinds of questions.
Oh, for sure they do. I just have to find them.
Rochelle's in there. She's hiding out, rooted. But while we're waiting for some of their questions to come, this trip in May, we are actually going to be connecting with Rochelle G. We're going to be connecting with Rooted Expeditions, and we're actually going to be doing a collab together with them.
Oh, and that's going to be so awesome.
Right. So you're going to see us all in the same video.
Sturdy South Paranormal. We're going to be hitting that up too.
See, I'm learning stuff too.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to be collabing with a lot of the content creators that we've established a really close relationship with. I mean, Rochelle G, she took a chance with reaching out to us or connecting with us. And I think she was pleasantly surprised. Our first interview style video we did was on her channel. And the interview went great. It was fun, exciting. We all got along wonderful. And then later on, we were over on the after party, and we happened to mention that was the first interview we had ever done from this channel. Her jaw dropped. She was like, "You're kidding me." Why didn't you tell me that before? It's like, well, because you wouldn't have had us on your show. But now we all feel like we really are family now.
Yeah.
We interact, we share ideas, and it's just a really, really good experience all the way around.
Yeah. And tomorrow you're going to be on Rooted's channel.
We get to raid his channel.
So it's
always a good thing.
All the tip of love that you're seeing over here in this chat column with the hearts and the L's. Come on, guys, blow it up. Let's see it. And the toilet paper.
Let's go.
But yeah, no, I mean, Rooted is another one that we have. I feel like we formed a really, really strong connection with, because it seems like we're all on the same page. We all have the same mindset about our channels and how we want to conduct ourselves and how we want to do things. And we mesh. It just seems like we mesh really, really well. And so it's almost like we've known them for a long time. It kind of feels that way. And we couldn't be more grateful for their support along with everybody else's. So it's definitely incredible. It really is incredible. Another thing too that I wanted to mention is about the fam chat. One of the reasons why we did the fam chat is because our fam reaches out to us with some very personal and some very, very deep topics about why they love our channel, and it kind of threw us for a loop at first.
Yeah, it did.
Sorry, but people love our chemistry and how we are so much that we have people reaching out to us that are getting ready to go in for heart surgery the next day. They're not even sure if they're going to make it, but they wanted to reach out and tell us how much they love us. Other people are reaching
Oh.
out to us, telling us about how, they were in a very deep, dark moment in their life when somehow one of our videos popped up in front of them and just brightened their day a little bit. And it surprises us because we love the fact that we're touching people on such a deep level just by being who we are. And that's another reason why we want to give back as much of that love as we can to them, because they've helped us out of some dark moments.
No, for
Okay.
real. Yeah, that's a two-way street.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. But how did you feel the first time you had a comment like saying something like that? Did you?
We couldn't talk.
You're speechless.
Just stunned.
Yeah, you're completely stunned. You don't usually hear the effect that you have on people just day to day. I mean, people don't do that to each other. People don't appreciate each other from day to day, like we should. And it really kind of threw us for a loop for a minute, because it's so foreign. You never realize how much you can affect someone else's life by what you do and who you are. And it was very humbling.
Okay.
Yeah. And we keep getting humbled. So.
And I think you have a gift, right, for feeling the paranormal. If there's a presence,
Yes.
You're the magnet. Okay.
Yeah, I am a magnet.
Okay.
My finger off.
Can you tell us more about this?
Well, yeah.
Like how it started and.
Well, honestly, I think I've had it my whole life. I really do. I remember being very young and had my own experiences and stuff, but a lot of my things would come through dreams, and I didn't really understand it. I got used to it, but as I got older, I kind of started to wonder, wait, doesn't everybody do this? You just kind of think that's how it is. I remember I was probably about 9 when I finally had the courage to ask my grandparents, who were very, very English, probably the wrong people to ask. But I felt like I could trust them more than anyone else at the time. And they shot that whole thing down. Just, that's not how that works. And we don't understand it. Bad, sick, and wrong, scary, and they just kind of shut it down. And I thought, well, that's kind of weird, because I had seen them as very spiritual people. It was in a different way though. And I think that's what kind of, from that generation, they didn't understand. And I didn't understand. And I'm looking for assistance. What do I do with this? And there's just blocks after blocks after blocks. So for a lot of my life, I kind of just kept it to myself. I blocked off a lot because I didn't want to be bad. You didn't want to do anything wrong, or, I've had people in my immediate family growing up, saying some horrible things, and I didn't understand. And I didn't, you don't want to be doing wrong. And so, it took until my young adult years to finally realize it's not a bad thing. I had a gift for a reason. And just because someone over here just doesn't understand, it doesn't mean that it's bad. Like, I'm not devil worshiping. I'm not, all these other things that I've been taught, because I had been told that it was a bad, evil thing. And, it really didn't, I really didn't feel like I was able to fully, what am I trying to say? Fully accept it, I guess, and trust that this was a gift that I had that I could really go forward with this until I got into the paranormal investigation team, because there it was
practical.
It was, yeah. And I had a really good friend on our team who took me aside one day and said, I want you to just forget about everything you've been taught. I don't want you to forget about every judgment that's been placed on you, no matter how ridiculous it sounds, no matter how outlandish it is. I want you to take this investigation and just go with what you feel. No judgment, right, wrong. It doesn't matter. It could sound ridiculous. Just open up and learn. And it blew me away, because I kind of scared myself, but it was kind of exciting at the same time, because I finally got in touch with that piece of validation that said, you're not crazy, you're not evil, bad, sick, and wrong, and this is a gift that you have, and you need to use it.
Okay.
So that was long.
Wow.
That was a long story.
That's okay. That's okay.
I want to answer a question over there that I saw
Okay.
up a little bit. There's a
okay.
couple people, I think Misty and Bonnie's Beautiful. I think they were both asking. They were wondering if our kids show signs of gifts. Yes, in different ways.
In different ways.
The older daughter, she shows signs of Mama's gifts. She's still a little immature to really do it.
Yeah.
The oldest boy, he shows signs of gifts, but his gifts are more like my gifts, where we are very creative technically. So we can take pieces of electronics and make them work together, even though they weren't designed to work together. We can think outside of the box and create things that most people wouldn't come up with. So
like crazy, insane, smart.
He has a lot of those gifts like I do. He's obviously still developing them. That's why this wall that we have on the side is just all the weird stuff we have. We've made some weird stuff. And then the youngest is still pretty young, but he does show signs of gifts.
Yeah, he does.
There was a while there where we had cards with different colors, if I remember right.
That was clocks.
Different colored clocks. And what we do is we'd hold up the card so he couldn't see the clock and say, okay, is it a clock or a watch? And he'd go through just about the whole deck, calling each one of them. It's like it was almost like he could see what the picture was, even though it was on the opposite side of the card.
He was spot on with a lot of it, and he'll say every once in a while, just randomly, "Hey, something invisible touched me."
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't. We don't talk about this in front of them. Like, they don't see our shows. We don't. They're not exposed to that, because we don't want them to we want them to be a little bit more level-headed and grounded first before,
exposed to the.
So that he'll say things like that every now and again. You completely believe what he's saying.
Can you guys tell she's feeling better?
But tell me one thing though. When you met, like you were dating or something, like, did you want to hide your gift? Like, oh, I'm not going to tell him, I'm going to lose him, or I'm not going to tell her, she'll think I'm weird, or
we got the
did you
footage.
Go through that?
We have the video footage of the day we met. My
really?
team, my team was conducting an investigation at a cafe, and a mutual friend of ours asked if she could bring her to the investigation, just to kind of get out and investigate with a different group of people. So she actually came to one of the investigations I was conducting. So it was a paranormal meeting in the first place.
Yeah.
And so we did the investigation that night, and I was impressed so much by the way she was conducting herself. I sat down with her at the end of the investigation and said, "Hey, would you be interested in coming on and being part of this team?" And she was like, "Yeah." Mm-hmm. So no, she didn't have to hide nothing.
Mm-hmm. No, and that's one of the really cool things, is that I've always felt very supported by Josh, and the teammates that we had were incredibly supportive. I didn't feel like I had to hide anything. I didn't feel like that at all. And that was a comfort. It really was. Because I was
Yeah,
still learning, you know, and especially because you'd been shut down so much in my life. It was very refreshing to just be in an environment where I could be what I was meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Okay, that's why I asked that question. Lisa Anderson asks, will you be coming to NC on your trip?
North
Yes.
Carolina.
Yep.
Now, anybody, I want to throw this out there. So, anybody over here in this chat box, at least that's where it is on my screen. You may have chat down
I mean,
below. I don't know.
it's that
Over
way.
here?
Somewhere.
Just
wherever
wherever you
it is.
guys are. If you want us to add you to our map, get a hold of us either through our email, TIPA
TV official at gmail.com.
or sign up on our Discord or go to our channel. Get a hold of us. Let us know your name and your city, and we'll add you to the map. And then we'll also let you know if that we have other people in that general area or not. And we'll just add you to it.
Because Sparks of the Paranormal's out there too.
Yeah.
And we'll be stopping by to see him too.
Yeah. So if you want us to,
that's
if
cool.
you want us to add a location or see if we're already planning on hitting one, go over there and let us know that you're interested in hooking up with us, and we'll put you on the map.
We'd love it.
Wow, that sounds great. I was in the U.S.
Well, eventually we're planning on
great
going
show.
out of country because there's a lot of
out of country.
Out of country. So we have a lot of people in Australia. We have a lot of people in the UK. And so we want to get big enough to where we can actually travel out of the country and hook up with those people as well. But we got to start small because we're still a small channel.
But Canada's closer.
That's true. Canada is closer. I don't know why she whispered into my earphone.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forget. Habit.
Okay. So, guys, look at this. Did I catch it before it jumped? Here. Show. This is one of your mods. I don't know. Can you see it? Yeah.
She's our mama mod.
Yep.
She's the head mod for our channel.
So,
yeah, post it right there in the chat. She'll copy and paste it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Okay.
We have a lot of love and support from everybody.
Good.
It's surprising about how many people are so willing to do anything and everything they can to help us. And we're very humble people, so sometimes it's like a little we want to say no, but we know that in order to grow, we have to accept this help. You know,
it's hard. It's hard sometimes.
But our gratitude, I mean, we hope it shows through. Like we feel it because we are truly grateful for everybody. We didn't even know what a mod was up until 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, a little more than that.
Okay.
But yeah.
So.
And can you tell us what's going to happen to the Ouija board that now it's disappeared? And can you tell us how you found it? That was pretty interesting.
Well, we initially found it. We were doing a Randonautica adventure. And I can't even remember what the intent was anymore, but we ended up at this weird cemetery. And while we were going through the cemetery looking for the point, we were walking past one of the sage bushes, and the Ouija board was sitting in the middle of the sage bush.
I mean, I guess that's the safest place for a Ouija board is in the middle of a sagebrush, but
at a cemetery.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
But the weird thing is that a couple of weeks later, we were opening some fan mail that people were sending us, and an unknown sender sent us the planchette. And at first, we thought that they saw we found the board and had no planchette. They sent us a planchette, but we found out later on through one of our fam that was the exact planchette that goes with that exact board, which was creepy as hell.
Yeah.
So-
I'm kind of glad they told us, but I'm kind of wishing I didn't know that.
But now they're both gone. We don't know
Yeah.
where either.
So it's okay. So we still win.
But what made you think of picking it up and bringing it with you? And
Curiosity. I mean,
Well, and it didn't belong in a cemetery. You know, it kind of felt like it
No,
was
yeah.
irresponsible to leave it there.
we kind of got chased out of there though. So
Well, there is that.
we didn't really have a whole lot of time to think about it before we took off running.
Okay. And you brought it in a tunnel? I saw a video you brought it in a tunnel somewhere.
Yeah, well, it started off with doing the Randonautica intent, looking for a place to use the board. And Randonautica
Okay.
led us to the tunnel.
Mhm.
And so we decided to go back another time with the board to use it in the tunnel because that's where Randonautica directed us to go. And
Okay.
that turned into quite a questionable experience, to say the least.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. And even there, you tried to get rid of it. I saw you were throwing it.
Oh, I
Like-
didn't throw it. I was trying to get it down because at one point
Oh,
it shot up onto a ledge way up in the.
okay. I missed that part.
Mhm.
I was
And so
probably getting popcorn or something. I missed that part.
So I was throwing rocks up at it to try to knock it
To
off
get
that
it
little
down.
ledge. And once it fell
Okay.
down,
Okay.
once it fell down, I picked it up and we took it out and we just buried it out in the dirt. But when we were talking to our fam afterwards, they said you need to bury it correctly. You need to bind it. You need to do these certain steps. So that's why
Yeah.
we went out this last time, is to do it correctly.
Yeah.
But when we got there,
It wasn't
gone.
there.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't turn up again.
I wonder where it could
Yeah.
be. Do you think somebody picked it up, or well, it's buried?
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible though, because we had some weather and people go
Oh.
by there.
But the rock was still where I put it.
But the
I
rock,
put
yeah.
the rock right directly on top of it when I buried it. And if somebody would have found it, they wouldn't have put the rock back where it
No,
was.
that's true.
So I don't know. I don't know what happened. There was some weird footprints around.
There
it
really.
too, though.
Oh, there were some.
Yeah,
weird
those-
footprints.
Yeah. Did you find out what it was, or
Mm-mm.
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 no?
It just did not look right.
There's a lot of questions about that last video that has been coming up. The one random cow that's walking around by itself out there.
Yeah.
We were commenting about it being 2020, and during editing, we verified it was the cow that was tagged 2020 on it. And so there's been talk about possible skinwalkers in the area. We've been talking about possibilities of just a variety of different stuff that's been happening. We don't know, but we're looking at the possibilities of it because that one cow, that cow shouldn't have been there. The way that
Mm-mm.
it's all
No,
set up, the cows can't cross through there.
It was all by itself.
Okay.
Mhm.
It
Wow.
was just weird.
So, are you gonna plan to go back there if you find it, the Ouija board, or
We're going to
Well,
go
we're going
back out
back-
there anyway.
Yeah.
We want to do an actual investigation in the tunnel without the board to try to get a little more verification if it was the board that was creating the activity or if it was the
yeah, that
tunnel
makes
itself.
sense.
Mm-hmm.
That'd
So
be good.
we're going to go
Yeah.
out. We're going to try it again, this time without the board. And we also, again, our amazing fam, they sent us a spirit box. They want us to try the Estes experiment out
the
there.
So, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, with the spirit
wait.
box,
Yep.
I can't wait for that one.
not with the necrophonic app, with a real spirit box.
With a real spirit
Okay.
box.
She ordered and had a spirit box shipped to us for that specific reason. So we're going to be using
Wow, that's amazing. That's
Mhm.
so awesome.
that. It really is.
Okay. So, guys, do you have any other questions? Oh, I have one. Usually
Mhm.
they ask it. Maybe they did, and I skip it. Did you ever bring anything home with you?
We have things
We
at
have.
home.
Yeah. No, we do. We have stuff here. Yeah.
Okay, so I wasn't dreaming earlier. I thought I saw an orb go by.
You
And
probably
back
did.
Yeah, we did a stream last night where people were seeing a face starting to come out of the curtain behind us, and
Mhm.
two people were pretty upset about it, and they were messaging us after the stream. So yeah, we have
Okay.
stuff here. But
Yeah. We live in
Because
an
I
old
saw it go
house.
swish.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't doubt it. It's a very old house and stuff happens. And
Because
stuff's
I
been
wasn't
happening.
sure if it was a light. It dashed by. If it was a light or it was
the activity that we have at the house is non-threatening.
Mm-mm.
We're not nervous or worried about it. It's we've put on comedy shows before and kicked on the flashlights, and whenever the comedian hit the punchline, the flashlights would start blinking. So
Mhm.
we have fun with them here. It's nothing malevolent. What's the word?
Malevolent.
Malevolent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Good
you're
word.
not gonna send the spirits, on their way or purify your house or anything?
We've saged before, but if they want to hang out here, that's fine. We don't.
We've done a lot of construction too, like and it always picks up, always picks up. We find really weird things behind the walls, and
Oh.
there have been times where it is very rare, but I've had a couple of times where people just, and it's not like I've gone on an investigation. This is how it happened. It just I am the magnet, and so like I could go to the grocery store and pick something up and come home. I mean, who knows? But there have been a couple of really scary moments where I've been woken up by some really scary things, and we've had to get them gone. But the weird thing is, I think I pick more up just on my day-to-day business stuff than I do going out on an intentional investigation, because you're already preparing for that to happen, so you're taking all these precautions, but we don't think about it on our day-to-day stuff, just running around
Going to
town.
the post office.
Yeah. That post office
Okay.
probably still has stuff.
I hate that post office.
Post office has something wrong with it.
Okay. But did your children realize that there was something in the house, or?
The oldest used to say things here and there about it, but
We try not to draw attention to it because we live here and we don't want to freak anyone out, especially our kids.
yeah.
We don't want to make them uncomfortable or, make them think they see things that are, we don't want them to read into stuff. It is an old house, so you're going to have weird things happen anyway, but
And understanding their brain isn't mature enough
Yeah.
to look at it and think it through. Their brain is more of a knee-jerk reaction. Like, oh, scary, bad, sick mom. It's like, no, it's not. It's just a shadow going to the bathroom.
So, guys, if you don't know this channel, please go subscribe and learn the amazing stuff they can do.
Mhm.
You're gonna be satisfied at 100%. I've been talking French all day, so I'm mumbling my words. Sorry.
it's all good.
Well,
She
I
knows
would
well
like.
French. She can probably carry on.
It's
that.
all good. Later.
Okay. So for the French public, we'll start in French. No. Let's see if there's any other questions. So
The biggest person, Urbex 44. I'm trying to see what their question is.
Paranormal.
Okay.
I would like to.
No, I'm thinking that I would like to know if.
Oh,
it just
it moved.
disappeared. Paranormal is your biggest passion in your life.
oh,
Honestly, no. The biggest passion in our life is right there on her shirt.
Yeah, what's that about? That heart and
Well, it's love the journey. Is the message in it? Is that in our earlier episodes, she explained it to a T on the intro about just loving the journey. I mean, understanding every day is a new experience, and sometimes you got to celebrate even the littlest things in life, like getting out of bed or being able to brush your hair. a lot of people are so stuck on their problems in life and stuck on the issues that are going on, they tend to forget to enjoy the positive things that also happen in their lives. And we're trying to teach ourselves even more to focus on the positive things that happen in our life and not just the negative. That
Mhm.
heart was actually spray painted inside of one of the tunnels that we first went to when
Mhm.
we were doing Randonautica. We actually pulled the image off of it, and that was the image that was on spray painted on the tunnel wall with the word "Love the Journey" in it. And we took that and we use that as our motto even to this day. As even if we're sick, we're still loving the journey because we're still able to interact with people. We're still able to get people to smile. We can still joke around a little bit. And we know that we're touching people's lives and they're touching our life at the same time just because we're loving the journey.
Mhm.
So,
Okay. So this is Dirty South Paranormal's question. What other
uh,
app do you all use or equipment?
okay, that
We're
it's
gonna be
more,
here a minute.
it's more like asking. It would be easier to ask us what we don't use,
Okay.
because we use anything and everything. We'll use anything from the necrophonics to the spirit box to flashlights to K2s to millimeters to fog machines to black lights, but we'll also break it down to the old school things where you just use a simple magnet or a compass or a flame, a candle. Sometimes you could just
Trigger
use
objects.
trigger
I
objects.
brought crayons for kids before. They'll roll them across the floor. So, I mean,
A pendulum. Sometimes we'll do that. I mean, we try such a vast array of different things, and we're constantly experimenting with new ideas, new concepts that we hadn't either seen before or we just haven't tried ourselves. She's brought a laptop before and set up a laptop, hoping that they'll interact with the laptop, trying to communicate.
mhm.
Um, we aren't limited to any one thing. We're constantly looking for new ideas. Cat balls is a
Yeah.
new one. I
Never
mean,
heard of that until our fans said, "Hey, cat balls," and we're
yeah.
like, "What?"
And if anybody does not know what cat balls are, they're toy balls for cats, and when they move, they light up and flash
Mhm.
with
Mm-hmm.
little lights in it. So
And we have a lot of experiments coming up too, like a lot of really cool ideas I want to try. And
So
Okay. Wow.
I am probably most known for using flashlights and communicating with flashlights. That's probably what I'm most known for. But there really isn't anything that I won't try or haven't tried.
What's this story about coffee beans all the time? That I hear that too.
Which does you were going to.
Pat TIPA M down for coffee beans before you get in the car for the trip.
Yes.
I'm taking Angie. You know I'm taking those with me. I don't care if I
Alright.
have to hide them. I'm taking them. Bruce. So there.
Okay, coffee beans. She cannot.
Game over.
What's the story about
I
coffee
would have
beans?
plug your mic if I could.
I'll be quiet.
So she cannot handle very much coffee. Okay, or
Okay.
caffeine. So if you give her a can of Dr. Pepper, she'll take 2 sips. She'll be bouncing off the wall for hours. Okay, so she cannot handle
Okay.
caffeine. And somebody, that fan mail that we got, somebody decided it was a great idea to send her a container of coffee.
It was a great
Coffee
idea.
And so what they are is they're like coffee beans, but they're dipped in chocolate or something. And so
Oh.
she started eating them.
Yeah,
And there's
sure.
actually there's an episode on our family vlog channel where you could see us sitting in a car driving somewhere after she had some coffee beans.
This poor man.
All you have to do is watch the video. And
This
you'll
poor
understand.
man.
She just 90 miles an hour. If you ever listen to somebody who talk, you're actually not focusing on what they're saying, but you're focusing on, is she going to breathe? Is she going to take a breath in before she passes out? You know.
I didn't even see. It was normal to me. Like I it was normal speed to me. It wasn't until I actually watched it again when he was done, and I thought, "How did you put up with me the whole time? That's insane."
I started just singing Baby Shark in my head. Baby Shark. Oh, you do? Okay, yeah, absolutely. The very best piece of advice I ever heard was when we were filming a wedding one time, and I heard what was
The officiator?
The officiator say that he was given a piece of advice in his relationship a long time ago, and he swears by it. And he says that whatever is going on, always just respond to your partner, "Yes, dear, you're probably right." And I do that very frequently.
Yeah, he does.
So even if I don't know what she's saying, yes, dear, probably right. Because she usually
Okay.
is.
Well,
say thank you,
guys, we've come to our 1 hour mark. So everybody that has that is a mod, you can drop your links so everybody can get to know each other and give each other some love. So if you want to drop your channel, go right ahead. But you have to promise me that I must see you on TIPA TV in the chat somewhere.
We're going to be looking for you.
Yeah.
Just remember the heart,
Yeah,
the
I'll
owl.
be. So on that note, everybody have an awesome rest of a weekend, and I'll see you all in your next videos. Much love to you all. Goodbye.